Man, we had a full slate of games yesterday, so let's talk about a few of them, shall we? What's up, everyone? Welcome back to the channel. Man, we had a full day yesterday. Literally, every team played. Crazy. I don't know if you watched every single game, but I tried to watch a couple of them. I highlighted a couple games in my last video. If you paid attention to that one, we had some bangers from that list. We also had some duds, but regardless, we had a full day of hockey, and today we only have one in a rematch of yesterday. We got the Washington Capitals and the not Florida Panthers, but the Philadelphia Flyers playing again today. We're going to talk about yesterday's games and everything, but before we do that, we need to talk about a few headlines today. Sean Durzi, I think this came out yesterday if I remember correctly. He's out 4 to 6 months, probably the rest of the season. He was one of the highlights, one of the highlight players for the Utah, I almost want to say the Utah Jazz, the Utah Hockey Club. Yeah, you can expect him to be out probably for the remainder of the season. Most likely, if you guys make a deep run in the playoffs or get to the playoffs, there's potential he could come back, but let's not bet on it. He's out after that shoulder surgery. And again, expected to miss 4 to 6 months, most likely the rest of the season. Then Robert Thomas has been placed on IR for the St. Louis Blues. The Blues, man, not catching any breaks here. They were looking, and they still look pretty good. If you watched the game last night, again, this is one of the games I talked about to pay attention to. They looked pretty good last night. Definitely competitive against the top team in the league right now, but losing Robert Thomas, that sucks. He's out 6 weeks with a fractured ankle. Bummer in St. Louis, but that's the way the NHL goes. Hopefully when he comes back, he's able to play at the same level, because those ankle injuries sometimes linger, and it would suck to have that happen to this guy. Moving on, Paul Maurice gets a new deal in Florida. Florida Panthers fans, I hope you're happy and excited. I'm a little jealous after watching Paul Maurice coach the last 2 seasons. I love that guy. I want nothing but the best for that guy. But yeah, Paul Maurice signs an extension with Florida. No contract details. They usually don't have contract details for coaches, so no shocker there. But he's been extended, and Paul Maurice has been a banger of a coach for the Panthers since he's been there. 98, 59, and 15 since taking over. And let's just add that one important detail that he's got a Stanley Cup to go with that record. Moving on. Yesterday, like I said, was the Frozen Frenzy. Every team competed. Some teams were there. I'm not sure if they competed or not. There's a couple of them we're going to talk about. But yeah, there were some blowouts. There were some underdogs. There were some bangers. Everything was good in the hood yesterday. We're going to talk about a couple of these games. So let's jump over to the browser cam really quick. Let's take a look at the schedules and the scores of yesterday. Capitals and Flyers. Was not expecting this one to be as good as it was. And should we be taking the Washington Capitals serious? I think yes. We're going to talk a little bit about that game going forward. Then you have the Wild and the Panthers. Another game I was like not really paying attention to all that much, but I should have been. The Minnesota Wild are looking like a team that can compete this year. Shocking, because we haven't really heard that too much about Minnesota. I'm not a Minnesota fan, so don't hate on me. I don't pay attention to Minnesota that much, but I'm going to have to start paying attention to them now. And then the marquee game for me yesterday was this one. It was kind of a letdown, but also kind of a banger. The Lightning go to New Jersey, smash the Devils 8-5. The score reflects a little bit different. I feel like a couple of those goals that New Jersey got, they squeaked through. We're going to move on to that. We're going to talk about that game later too. And then the other game, the surpriser, Dallas Stars going to Buffalo and losing to Buffalo 2-4. Who would have thunk it? I didn't think it at all, for sure. I didn't think Buffalo would take that out, but hey, Buffalo is getting the job done somewhat. There's still some questions there. Haven't watched too much of them play this year. Didn't really watch that game too much yesterday, so we're moving on. Then the Rangers and the Canadiens. Montreal, what the was that? That first period, that first 10 minutes of the first period. Holy, let's talk about a letdown. That was one of them. We're not going to talk about that one. Go watch the highlights if you want to see that Montreal played like shit. For sure. I watched a little bit of that game, but once I saw the blowout score change or come about, I was like, you know what? Let's put something else on the main screen. Then you have the Maple Leafs going to Columbus. I had the Leafs actually winning this game, because of Columbus's injury situations. But man, Columbus is playing pretty damn good. I had this one on the iPad off to the right-hand screen, and I kept seeing flashes. And I was like, you know what? Let me pay attention to this a little bit as well. Didn't watch it in full detail. Watched the highlights this morning, but man, Columbus is looking pretty good. I don't want to write them off just yet. They might be playing with some extra mojo because of all the injuries and because of their situation this year. Moving on, the Red Wings Islanders. Islanders don't really care about it. You heard me say it. The Red Wings getting the job done in I'll say New England on Long Island, but Patrick Kane getting a goal, dope. And also the Islanders, what's up, man? I heard this attendance situation there was not that great, although I can't really talk because of my San Jose Sharks, but yeah, it is what it is. Then the Jets and the Blues. I told you this one was going to be a banger. I watched this one pretty intently. It felt like a playoff game for like spurts. Towards the end, it definitely did. But Winnipeg remains the only undefeated team in the league at the moment. They take down the Blues 3-2. Then the Canucks at Blackhawks. Like I said in my last video, I kind of expect this to be a dud. Vancouver pretty much won this game in the first period. Let's just be real. Yeah. Canucks go to Chicago, win 6-3. Then the Avalanche at Kraken. This was another marquee game for me. Was not thrilled with ESPN's selection of commentators for this game. I'm just going to be real about that. I really like John Forsling a hell of a lot more than ESPN commentators, so a little let down there, but whatever. Avalanche go to Seattle, get the dub. Surprised to see that Georgiev didn't start this game, but also not really. All right. This game felt pretty damn intense too. Kraken came out firing. They looked like they were on a mission. And then they kind of fizzled a little bit. And then Colorado woke up. And then Seattle was like, they had their oh shit moment. I'm like, okay, we got to wake up as well. So very good game from both these teams. Like I said, I expected that to be a low scoring game. And sure enough, it was. Yeah, Colorado getting it done. Then we're going to move on to the other games late in the nights. Oh, man. The Predators. I'm rocking you guys today. You guys did the damn thing yesterday. Finally getting that dub. Finally. And not only a dub, a shutout. Yossi Saros had some terrible, terrible numbers since the start of the season. Yesterday, he pitches a shutout at home, getting it done in front of the crowd. Love it. Is this the turnaround game? I'm not going to say that just yet. There's still some stuff they need to figure out, but it's turned a little bit. It went from like, boop, like that's it. You know, we'll see. Then the Hurricanes and Oilers. I said this game was going to be evenly matched. It didn't feel that way all throughout the game, but I liked what I saw from both teams. Stuart Skinner played better. He played like an actual NHL goaltender that I can appreciate, but he did let go, or he did get beat on the last OT winner. That was a banger of a shot from Aho as well. Could have took the dude's head off, but regardless, Hurricanes go to Edmonton, win in overtime. I don't have overtime on there, but they won in overtime. Dope game. And then the Senators at Utah. I told you about this one. I told you the Senators were not fucking around. They go to Utah, pitch a banger of a game. Getting the shutout in Utah. Dope moment. Utah. Hey, man. Welcome to the NHL. You lost at home. I don't want to say get used to it, but hopefully you don't get used to it. Then I told you another one, another banger of a game. The Penguins at Flames. I didn't have a winner in this game. I told you it was going to go to overtime. I just felt it in my bones, man. Both these teams are playing pretty good. Like the Flames are, let's just talk about the Flames in a little bit, but damn. Getting that late tied up game goal. I think it was Kadri who got that one. And then it goes to overtime. Overtime was kind of a letdown, to be honest. I mean, that's just, it was not very entertaining for an overtime for me, from my perspective. But regardless, Flames get it done in the shutout, taking that one 4-3. And then the Ducks and the Sharks. What can you say? The Sharks look good. They have problems. They definitely have problems. Will Smith taking 2 penalties, which resulted in 2 goals for the Ducks. He's a rookie. He's got some mistakes to work through. Totally fine. I'm okay with it. I'm just tired of playing the Ducks. I'm tired of seeing the Ducks jersey. Let's just be real. Ducks, congratulations. You got your dub. Sharks, we got some shit to work on. And then the other game, the late game, to wrap it all up, Kings go to Vegas, get smashed. I thought I was going to be better than that, but hey, Thomas Hertl had himself a night. That was dope. Can't really complain about that. Now, we're going to talk about a couple of these games really quick. Surprising games for me. Really surprising games. Washington Capitals. I wouldn't say surprising game. I just say surprising team. They go to Philadelphia, put up a banger of a game. I really don't know if this is a fugazi or not. I feel like Washington is like, they're right there. Like they're one of the teams that could be a sleeper pick for me. They've been playing like it. So who knows? We'll see. They are doing the damn thing. And then the other game, like I said, Minnesota. This was a test for me for Minnesota to see if they were for real or not. They definitely look like they could be a real team. They go play the defending Stanley Cup champions on their home ice. Put up some numbers against Bobrovsky. He did not have a great night. 0.688 save percentage, and then pulled. I think he let in 4 goals on 18 shots or something like that. Maybe even 5. I don't remember. But man, he did not look good. But who does look good? Philip Gustafsson. He is looking pretty damn on point. The whole team's looking pretty good. So, Minnesota Wild, congratulations. You guys look like a team I need to pay attention to a lot more. And then we got the Blue Jackets. Like I said, I wasn't expecting this to be as competitive as it was. The Maple Leafs, Hildeby, the goaltending situation you guys got over there with Stolars, and then Joseph Wall coming back. Who's going to be in net? I don't know. I just know the Blue Jackets look like they're playing with some gas right now. It's still early in the season. Will this prolong into the season? Who knows? I wanted to write them off, but I'm not going to. Olivier getting it done. 2 goals, getting a game winner. Pretty dope. And then, like I said, the Predators getting the job done against the Bruins. The Bruins, I don't know, man. I think they need to go home, regroup a little bit. Yeah, I mean, but also the Predators, man. Like the team has, I mean, I'm pretty sure after the way they started, they have woken up. It just takes a little bit of motion to get that snowball going. Could this be it? They played against a good team. They're now 1-5-0. Not something you really want to hang your hat on. They need to get to 500, and they need to do it soon. So we'll see how they do. They got Chicago next. That's a manageable game for sure. Congratulations, Predators. You guys got me pulling out the sports specialties today. Congratulations. And then, like I said, the one game and the team that's still surprising me is the Calgary Flames. Taking down Sid the Kid, Malkin in, I was going to say overtime, but in a shutout. They look like they are not messing around this year. Crazy to think that we're here talking about the Flames when we were talking about a complete rebuild. Yeah. Rasmus Anderson getting it done, still putting up points. The one issue I have for Pittsburgh is this whole goaltending situation. What is going on there? I don't know. Nedeljkovic last night looked pretty good, manageable. But who knows, man? I don't really know how to really judge Pittsburgh at this moment. They're ebbs and flows, and I don't really know where to put it. They have Edmonton next. In Edmonton, Connor McDavid, Sidney Crosby. That's always a good matchup. And then, Calgary has Carolina next as well. That should also be a banger. And then I think Edmonton and Calgary meet again. No, I'm sorry. Edmonton and Winnipeg meet on Saturday. I think it's Hockey Night in Canada. That should be a banger. I will be tuning in for that one for sure. Yeah. Crazy thing. And then we got to talk about the one game that I feel like we need to talk about. Where is it? Let's see. All right, there it is. We got to talk about it. I couldn't get my damn button to work. But yeah, this was the big letdown for me last night. I thought this was going to be a championship fight. It started out that way, And then Tampa just took over. Holy hell. New Jersey, what is going on? That defense is still looking like it was last year. I mean, it's a little bit better, but come on, this was a real test last night. 8-5 in your own barn. Pretty bad. Pretty bad. I mean, I thought this was going to be better. Yeah, power play. Okay, so Tampa's number one line has got to be the best line in all the NHL. Kucherov getting it done. Still, I've talked about him already. He had a banger every game. I mean, the whole Tampa squad had a banger every game, in my eyes. You guys let me know what you guys thought about that game down in the comments. But yeah, that was crazy. Let's go back to the home screen and wrap this thing up. We got some big stories out of last night. The biggest one being we had every NHL team playing last night, but not really the only biggest headline. Let's take a look at the biggest headline for me was Nashville winning last night. Finally getting it done. Again, they're 1-5 on the season. Could this be the turning point that Nashville needed? I think so. Like I said, they have Chicago up next. That is a manageable game. Let's see if Stammer can wake up. O'Reilly, the shieldless man, the one of the many, I'm going to say many, but least few. I think there's like 5 left in the league. He's getting it done for the boys over there. The Factor, making things happen. And then the other one, we have to talk about the Jets to some degree. I'll talk about the Jets a little bit more in the future, but man, they remain undefeated. I didn't have them being this good this early, but man, they are looking crazy. Connor still looking like the sniper that he is. Can't complain about the Jets whatsoever. Jets fans, let me know how you're feeling about your squad down in the comments. Too good. Too good. That's it, boys and girls. That's all we got for today. I hope you enjoyed yesterday. I sure as hell did. I wish I had more TVs. I wish my ESPN app didn't lag as much as it did at times, but it was dope. Let me know how you guys are feeling down in the comments about all the games that happened yesterday. And if your team won or lost, let me know. Do me a solid again. Hit that like button. Hit that subscribe button. We're talking about the NHL. We'll talk about some games in this weekend. At some point this weekend, I'm going to review the schedule and pick out my bangers again. But regardless, Preds fans, congratulations. Jets fans, congratulations. Devils fans, what's going on? I'm out of here, boys. I'll talk to you later. Go Sharks.